Stand by. Contact.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pit Talk, pulling pits and opinions with your host, Gunny G, where service members help service members, period. Follow, like, subscribe everywhere you get your podcast and on all social media platforms. Let me know how I'm doing. Any criticism is good criticism. Today we got to talk about, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, ask for help. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but in reality is a sign of strength. Being told you're tough, you handle hard situations well, can feel like a badge of honor, and maybe even convince you that you can tackle obstacles alone to keep up the image. But however, at some point in our lives, we all need help from those around us. Even if we feel more at ease tuning inward for answers, there are still moments that will require and benefit from the insight of others. There are hundreds of reasons why people don't ask for help. To me, me included. Up until recently, 14 years in active service, I've recently asked for help because now I'm at a breaking point for me and my family, me and my wife, me and my kids. Maybe we think we can handle it on our own, internalizing everything. We fear hurting our reputation or judgment from others. And that's the same thing for me. But I have to say, we've never asked for help before, and it makes us hesitant, scared even to seek support. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be the first one to tell you, seeking help is a sign of strength. Recognizing when you need help doesn't make you weak. In fact, seeking help makes you an active player in your well-being and helps you be present for your family, friends, peers in the community, and other service members. Especially if you know that asking for help is helping you and benefiting you, you put that in your toolbox and you help somebody else be vulnerable. And show vulnerability is a leadership skill. Showing vulnerability, It helps people trust you and allows them to share your concerns, as well as being relatable. I use personal experience. I say 14 years in, and barely now I'm looking for some mental help and trying to figure out how to help me so I can help my family, how to help me so I can help my wife, how to help me so I can help my kids. Because I'm the example. I'm the head of household. I'm the man of the home. What kind of example I'm setting if I can't control myself and I expect my kids to control themselves? If you want to ease into asking for help, encourage a friend to share their thoughts on a hypothetical situation, right? What if this? What if that? Take the advice they gave on your situation and apply it to yourself. You could even ask your family to share a story of how they have overcome stress or a sticky situation, a stressful event, and got out of it. Seeing how they navigated tough moments in life can make you feel less alone, maybe. Being vulnerable is hard. The easy way is just to internalize. Knowing where you can turn is sometimes just as hard as deciding to ask for help. I'll tell you from personal experience, it's hard to ask for help, especially for me. I'm very egotistic. I'm very prideful. But baby steps. If every day's a hill, I am trying to figure out how to take one step forward to get to the top of the hill. And I pray that I am better today, a little bit better today than I was yesterday. Ask for help, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sign of strength. Even if you're not ready to ask for help, you are far from alone. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of resources. 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline connects active duty service members and veterans in crisis with qualified and caring Department of Veterans Affairs responders through a confidential toll-free hotline 24/7. Dial 988, then press 1. Or text 838-255. Military One Source. I'll tell you what, it offers free and confidential non-medical counseling via phone and live chat 24/7. This is not a This is not a infomercial. This is not a commercial. This is me being open and honest about mental health. If you struggle to ask for help, remember that it is a skill that takes time and practice. The more you do it, the easier it'll become. It might feel weird. And I'll tell you what, I get anxious. I get an anxiety attack every time I go to mental health. I start sweating. My palms start sweating. I get uncomfortable. I start getting fidgety. Like a new habit, but it'll feel weird like a new habit, but you'll realize eventually how much more insight you have once the people you trust have offered their perspectives. Don't forget and remember, always remember, reaching out is a sign of strength and shows you are in control of your own well-being. Life is like a hill, like I said earlier. Attack it one step at a time. And every day you should be better than yesterday. I can't say enough, ladies and gentlemen, that if you're listening right now, again, 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, Military One Source, and I'm sure there's plenty more. If you need help, I'm listening. I am listening. And remember, again, I have to say again, reaching out is a sign of strength. If I haven't said it too many times on this little session, it shows that you are in control of your own well-being. Take a 30-inch step, move forward, not backward. Every day you got to get a little better. I say life is like a balloon. There's so many stressors. There's so many common stressors and so many uncommon stressors. Everybody has a different stress today. It's never the same. Finances, marriage, being a husband, being a father, being a brother, being a mother, whatever the case may be. It's a balloon that's building up. And sometimes the balloon gets overwhelmed and too much air in it and it pops. Please don't be that one. Please be the one to ask to relieve a little bit of stress. Let the air out, decompress. I have to say that talking to, Staff Sergeant Thicklin, take your chow. The conversations that I have with him, decompress. Don't stay at work. Even if they say, hey, we'll leave early if you don't take your chow, if you work through chow. Nah, I have to decompress. I have to get my mind right for the next half of my day. Ask for help. If there's, I have to say, I have to quote, Tio Nando, if there's 9 dummies in the room, don't be the 10th one and do what they do because they just want to be cool. Ask for help. You're never alone. Again, you need help. I'm listening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pit Talk, Pulling Pits and the Pins with your host, Gunny G, where service members help service members. Follow, like, subscribe everywhere you get your podcast, and on all social media platforms. Let me know how I'm doing. Any criticism is good criticism. Ladies and gentlemen, we out.
Stand by, contact. Ceasefire. Stand by, contact. Ceasefire.
Pit Talk is a podcast featuring active service members who discuss their thoughts and opinions on various issues surrounding military life, current events, and history. The statements heard here are the opinions of its members and guests. These do not necessarily reflect the views of the Department of Defense and are not endorsed or sponsored in any way. Listener, viewer discretion advised.